Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's reading for December 20th, 2022. We're just the day before the solstice, and if you got any sleep last night, well, then you're way better than me because I did not sleep a wink. That energy is really beginning to amp up for winter solstice. And it's all coming up so that we can push out those things that we don't need and really sit back in that heart space and be thankful for the things that we have. It's a lot easier to look at the things that we don't have than to look at the things that we have. But when we are appreciative of the things that we have and we're thankful for the things that we have, see, look, I'm getting a little teary-eyed, then we create more of that in our life. And that was the message that I was really getting today, as in many of the other days prior leading up to solstice, is what are we thankful for? Are we thankful for family? Are we thankful for friends? Are we thankful for reestablishing those boundaries with family so that we can enjoy the holidays? Are we thankful for the food on our table? Are we thankful that we have a place to sleep? Are we thankful we have heat? Whatever that is for you, remember that as we count our blessings, that we increase those blessings. So that's really important for this week to coming, is that we're being thankful for the things that we have so that we can create more of those blessings into our life. I really feel that this time of year we go through a profound healing period, and this year, this being a 6th year, a healing year, is that it has been harder than others because we are all going through that foundation crumbling so that we can create a more sturdy foundation. So those things that aren't serving us, those things that we know that we're supposed to be doing that we aren't, those are falling away, and we're grieving a little bit. We're grieving from those losses of people, those losses of places, the loss of self, because we're all shifting into this, I'll call it a higher vibrational frequency, but it's really us letting go of those heart pains. And that's not something that we can just say, oh, I'm just over it. It's a process of letting go. And when we are letting go, we don't just let go on a mental level. Oh, I'm releasing this, I'm healing. No, it doesn't work like that. We're letting go on all 3 levels. We're letting go on an emotional level. Well, it's more than 3 levels, it's really 5 levels: an emotional level, a mental level, a spiritual level, a soul level, and a body level. And usually the last piece that we process, or that is letting go or grieving, is the body. And so the one bigger message I've been getting is, right now we're going through a big detox. For me, it's a body detox. We're all a little different. Depends on what stage you're at. But you're being asked to take better care of yourself so that your body can function at its highest well-being, and it can process those things, that grief, that shame, that sorrow, whatever that be for you that's coming up. It's releasing in all those different methods. So making sure that we're eating our vegetables right. It's almost Christmas time. Have a cookie, have some broccoli, right? Balancing that, though, it's a big balancing act in the Christmas time. It's letting yourself to enjoy those things, but making sure, you're putting a little green behind it. Really trying to decide what you want for this next year. You don't need to decide right now, but this next 4-week period is really a time for you to sit down and really envision what you want. And as we move into that winter solstice, we're moving from that, we'll say the darker winter days and to more light. And that's why we want to start focusing on what we want to shed more light on in our lives, where we want more energy on in our lives. And this week, I feel like it's about that deep internal healing and processing and opening our hearts to those bigger things. And times are tough this year. Times are tough. I don't know a single person, well, maybe a couple, but I know a lot of people that are having financial issues this year. I know a lot of people that have huge changes that are going through, family separation, a lot of different things there. But there is a greater good for the things that we go through. Whether or not we want to fucking believe that's up to us. But we kind of have to take the good and leave the bad. You know, if we're going through money struggles, we really want to be thankful for the things that we have, so we're not so focused on the things that we don't have, so we can start bringing more of that to us. But know that, you know, part of that is believing that we deserve those good things in life. So I really felt like this week was about believing in ourselves and allowing that time for us to heal and rise up and release that grief, release those sorrows, so that we can be ourselves, so that we can enjoy those holidays, and really detoxing from those things in our lives that we know it's time to let go of, but we keep holding on to it. Because in order for us to get to that next step, we have to do those things to be able to step up. We can't keep letting those old things hold us down by the ankle. And I want to make this one thing very clear, that especially during this holiday season, that it is okay to say no, and it's okay to say yes. Sometimes we get stuck in that, I just don't know, I don't know what to do, and we go back and forth. But just make a decision, so that way the universe knows that it can start setting up these different things for you. But if you keep wallowing on that decision of what you want, you can't adequately draw to you what you want. So really believing in yourself and believing in those dreams and visions, and really practicing and working on them is going to be a thing for this week, and enjoying that time you have. But if you don't have what you want right now, if you're not spending time with family, just being thankful that you have that time to yourself, or you have that space that you don't have to spend time with family. Because some people, it's not always enjoyable. The holidays can be tough, and that is something that we have to learn, what we have and what we don't have, and to be thankful for those things we have. And just remember that you're healing, and to be considerate of yourself, considerate that you're going through a healing process. And it's okay to have a day where you just sleep, or you just say, no, I can't deal with humanity right now. That's okay, because the world is a little crazy out there, and the energy is really crazy, and that's because it's really being brought up to the surface so that it can be released. And that's a big thing I was really feeling, is we're really releasing on all levels and going through a healing stage as we move forward into this year, to this new year, which is just right around the corner. And I did go ahead and draw a couple cards for today from the Rebel deck. If you guys are familiar with that, it's kind of snarky, but I just wanted to get a little clarifier on what was coming up with the messages, the channeled messages today. And it's, you're giving your power away. You are a badass, act like it. That's that whole thing. Is it's okay to say yes, and it's okay to say no, but make that decision. Don't willy-wallery in that decision. Okay? Fucking apologize, and that's turned upside down. When it's upside down, I always find that we need more of that. Okay, seriously, just do it. Look, if you made a mistake, or you're not doing the things you know you're supposed to be doing, say you're sorry to yourself, say you're sorry to other people. Know where you've been an asshole, and move on. But allow yourself a little grace with that. And the last card we have for today is You Do You. And this is about you focusing on you and your journey that you're at, and know what you want, and being thankful for the things that you have, so that you can have more of those things. And just remember that you have support from the universe. You just have to make those decisions on where you need that support. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. You do you, and all the pieces will fall into place. And that's the messages for today, December 20th, right before this holiday season begins. If you celebrate different holidays, obviously it's already started for you. It kind of feels like we're all been stuck in that hustle and bustle, but the one big thing is just breathe. Just breathe through it. And have a wonderful week, and thanks for joining me. Goodbye.